This video was sponsored by the World Caregiver Network. For more information, visit www.worldcaregivernetwork.com.
Hello everyone, this is Charles F. Gray, aka Atari Charles, and today I'm going to talk about, basically my experiences with the 1978 movie Dawn of the Dead. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. I first want to say, if you enjoy this video and you want to support the channel, there's a PayPal link below, as well as if you are interested in hiring one of my services, whether you want me to do a video on a topic of your choice or run a commercial on my on one of my videos, let me know. All the links are below, and away we go. So anyways, I'm going to discuss, again, my experience with the movie Dawn of the Dead from 1978. And to me, this is the most horrific of all of the movies I've ever seen, even up to now. And you might think, well, you know, like, they've come a long way with special effects or CGI or this or that, or there's a lot more gruesome movies, so on and so forth. Well, the thing is, basically, for me, Dawn of the Dead is and will be basically my all-time favorite horror movie, and probably my favorite movie of all time, as well as the most horrific. So, anyways, I'm going to tell you guys my experience with Dawn of the Dead. So anyways, the first time I saw the movie was on VHS rental. Now, I was staying at I'm assuming it was summer holidays, it's so long ago. Very early 80s, if not the late 70s. And basically, I was staying with my friend Tim at his parents' acreage. Now, my friend Tim had his cousin staying with him from out of town named Jerry, I believe his name was. Gerald or Jerry. And of course, basically, my friend Tim has an older brother named Farrell. But anyways, that's probably inconsequential to you folks. So, anyways, what ended up happening was, this is in the back in the days where you could rent movies at video stores. They were plentiful. And even in their, what I would consider, they lived on an acreage, but even in the small town or town that was close to them, I think they're a city now, they had a video rental store. And this is what you would do on a Friday or Saturday night. You would go to the video store and you would rent movies. So anyways, they had gone there. I think Tim and I hung around his parents' place, did whatever kids do. And so they come back. And I guess they're kind of babysitting us, for lack of a better term, because, we were 9 to 11, somewhere around there. Again, it was obviously Dawn of the Dead came out in 1978, so it was obviously a year or so after that when it appeared on video. Now, so they come back with a movie, and they might have had two movies. I can't remember. They come back with a movie, Dawn of the Dead. And I had never seen a horror movie before, ever. Absolutely never, ever. And, I've seen sci-fi TV shows because I was heavily into sci-fi, even back then. Buck Rogers in the 24th century or 25th century? Hey, Buck. All that kind of stuff. Star Wars, all that stuff. So anyways, they had this very cool living room. I still think it's probably very cool today. Basically, you have a very, almost like a sunk living room, very spacious, some couches, some bookshelves, and they had the classic tube TV, color tube TV. I think it was a 24-inch, I don't remember the make, and it was kind of in the corner. And then below it was the magical fandangle device, the VCR. So anyways, they play, there's the crow. There's the crow. Uh-oh. So anyways, it's actually quite a few crows around lately. So anyways, we sit down and watch this thing. It was probably 8 or 9 in the evening. I can't remember. And they play this thing, and then you have the intro. I know absolutely nothing about this movie. And Dawn of the Dead. Okay, it's a horror movie. That's what I know. Fuck, there's the cursed son. Well, that'd be a vampire movie. So anyways, I'm like, I have no idea. I know it's a horror movie. That's it. So it starts off, and it has a main female character there, and she's sleeping basically against some shag red carpet. It seemed like, at least that's what it looked like. And she's sleeping, and they have the ominous music by it. I didn't know the band at the time, but Goblin. And it's like the movie gets into it, and it's at a TV station, and it's like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. So for me as a kid, it's like, okay, this is an action movie, right? And not really scared yet or whatever. And okay, we're watching this thing, and it was even back then as a kid, I totally appreciated the movie. I just thought, man, this is really well done. This is just really good. So anyways, you have the fucking Goblin's music, which is it's iconic, basically. Excellent stuff. So anyways, we whatchamacall, the movie continues, so on and so forth. Might be some spoilers here, folks, so if you haven't seen the movie, watch Dawn of the Dead from 1978 before you watch this movie review. I would recommend it, basically. But I'll try to do my best not to spoil it. So anyways, it progresses into the whole thing where, Flyboy tells Fran, like his girlfriend, okay, we're getting out of here. Like, there's a zombie epidemic. We're getting the hell out of here because someone's got to survive, right? So anyways, they leave, and they go to some, I don't know if it's a police station or a gas station or something, but anyways, they go there to get gas. Some type of station of some sort. I think it was a police station. I don't know. Or maybe like Coast Guard station, maybe? Does that make sense? I don't know. It's supposed to be, well, it's filmed in Pittsburgh, but it's supposed to be, fuck, why can't I think of the name of the, Philadelphia. It's supposed to be set in Philadelphia initially, but it's filmed in Pittsburgh. That's my understanding. Okay. So anyways, we have the situation. I'm not going to go through the entire movie, but you get to the part where, okay, they meet up with the other characters. It shows the SWAT team scenes, all that, that kind of stuff. Boom, it gets to the mall, right? And that's where it gets horrifying, basically. At least for me as a kid. Now, the SWAT team scene where they're busting into apartments trying to get people out of these project, what they're called, the projects, apartments, getting them out because they're housing the undead, the corpses. Anyways, so, that was kind of more action. So we get to the part where it's like in the mall, and it's just like, you get to the point, even when they're flying to the mall, that it's like, it's starting to get hopeless. This zombie epidemic is massive. It is going to be absolutely hopeless. So anyways, they get to the mall. At first, they're not going to stay. Even I'm thinking as a kid, like, don't stay. This is horrible. And they decide, okay, we're going to stay because, there's everything that we need here, and we can fortify it. So anyways, basically, you go through the scene. One of the more scary scenes as a kid is the Hare Krishna zombie. So there's a point where basically, again, I'm not going to go fully into it, but the guys take off to basically try to get some supplies from, like, I think J.C. Penney, I believe the store was. Kind of like like we would have Zellers back in the day, or Kmart kind of thing, right? But anyways, it was J.C. Penney, I think it was supposed to be. So anyways, they're in there, and then meanwhile, this one zombie, kind of, it's a little bit intelligent, has some brains to it. It's a Hare Krishna zombie. So the Hare Krishna zombie seems pretty passive, but it notices where these other characters came out of. So whatever reason, instinct, whatever, it goes through the door, goes up the stairs, and then finds Fran. And she's trying to block the door. It's weird how the door won't actually shut. She's trying to block the door. and the thing gets in there and basically almost kills her. Now she's saved, but she isn't really. She's kind of getting away, but she's saved by the men in the group, right? Obviously, there's Peter, there's Roger. Those are the two SWAT team guys, and then there's Flyboy, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I just know him as Flyboy. Anyways, but that was horrific because she's all alone, and you're like a kid. Like, what happens if you were all alone, right? So, anyways, we watched the whole movie and that, and fuck, it was an excellent movie, to be honest with you. There's just so many good parts, and I may do a review of the movie itself with some. I'm not going to play any of the audio from it, but some of this, short film clips, so to speak, and yeah, it's just such a kick-ass movie. And I'll probably have to do like a specific review on it. But anyways, that Hare Krishna zombie scene was probably something that stuck in my mind for many years. So I remember going to sleep and then waking up, because I had a nightmare of Dawn of the Dead, and picturing in my mind, even when I was awake and it's at nighttime, that the Hare Krishna zombie is walking down. I'm still staying at my friend's place because I would stay there over the summer sometimes, and it was like the Hare Krishna zombies like slowly walking down the hallway to the bedroom. Right? It was it's funny when you're young, your mind just basically so full of imagination, right? And and basically it took me a while to stop having damn mosquito. Stop having nightmares about Dawn of the Dead, and it was just. But it really had an impact on me, and I'm going to say in a good way because it really made me appreciate the horror genre. Now I don't recommend at that age watching Dawn of the Dead, but it really made me appreciate the horror genre. And the way it was just such a spooky, eerie film, basically. And there were funny parts too, but it was such a spooky, eerie film, and it was just so well made. And basically, that really got me. It wasn't necessarily the zombie genre, but like the horror genre, and that's what got me into it. And and times since, we'd rent as kids like Friday the 13th series of movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, like all these other ones. But yeah, no, it's very interesting, and and now basically with the technology where it's at, even about 10 years ago, that's when I was like, okay, happy with Blu-ray technology. I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy Night of, well, it was harder back then to find Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray, but I'm going to buy Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, so on and so forth, right? But I mean, I'm just going to say, like, Dawn of the Dead from 1978, and it has had a remake. I'm just going to say, excellent movie, very well made. Like, I'm telling you, the 1978 version is probably the best horror movie of all time. Because it has the hopelessness of basically a zombie apocalypse, but on top of it, it's this eeriness and this silent horror of these zombies that can get you at any time. And you're not going to notice them because they don't really make noise, right? For the most part. So just amazing. But anyways, that was my experience, my I guess my first experience with Dawn of the Dead from 1978 on VHS tape. And very cool. And I hope maybe one day, basically, hope to find, Dawn of the Dead on VHS. It'd just be cool to have. I have it on Blu-ray. It'd be cool to have a VHS of it. Just like the one I watched when I was a kid. Anyways, excellent movie. Take care. This is Charles F. Gray, Atari Charles, over and out. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the link is in the video description below. And if you want to run a commercial as well, there is that as well. And if you want to hire my services, so on and so forth. It's Charles F. Gray, Atari Charles, over and out. And stay safe. And beware of those Hare Krishna zombies. They're silent and they're deadly. See you later.
This video was sponsored by the World Caregiver Network. For more information, visit www.worldcaregivernetwork.com.
Yes, indeed. So I'm just going to clean the lens quickly here. Okay. 2. And you have basically, I know nothing about this movie whatsoever, so I'm just seeing if there's any